Hey guys, Brandon back with TSC. I forgot to hit record on either the audio or the camera for 3 straight times. So this is my 3rd time doing this intro. Recording a lot of videos a day. I just recorded the SGC video. You'll probably see that the week before this one comes out. This is a PSA order. We got 100 cards back. We sent this at Andrew's bachelor party. You might have saw some videos for that. I have a blog on that. Cool thing about this order, guys, is each one of these guys took a kind of a separate strategy into submitting their stuff, right? And I'll get into those as we get into the cards. But it's really cool how you can do different things depending on what your goal is in collecting and investing in cards. And since PSA is not taking any more submissions, I have a feeling these cards are going to go up just a tiny bit, right? Because you can't get a graded card. You can't send one in yourself, at least not until July. And then you're probably going to have to wait a while after that as well. So we're going to hop into the cards. I'm going to tell you each value of the card. I apologize for the lighting. My light went out. Hopefully you can see fine. But let's go ahead and get into it. All right, here we go. So first up, we have Kai. Kai sent 12 cards in, and he did really well. I will say the cool thing about Kai is the strategy he took was he wanted to send high dollar stuff that he knew would do well, and he picked out really good cards, and we'll kind of go over those. So first one, we have this Gym at 9, John Collins. This is about a $45 card. It was something that I think he pulled or he got really, really cheap, and at 9, so solid there. I'd say he's probably excited the most about this card. This is a Joe Burrow Chronicles Select Gym at 10. This is about $150 right here, and I think this is definitely going to go up as we get closer to football season. Next, we have a Jackson Hayes Die Cut Maroon Prizm. We're all from Louisiana. We all are big Pelicans fans. And Jackson's just been playing a lot better as of late. Next, Kai is a big baseball guy, so he did a bunch of baseball here. None of these Juan Sotos did a 10, which kind of a bummer. But at $9, they're still worth $80 a piece. So $80 there. Next, we have a Mike Trout Red, White, and Blue Prizm. He definitely pulled this. I bought him a few boxes, and he opened it, and this was in it. Believe it or not, this is a $55 card in a mint 9, which is crazy. Next, we have a Luis Robert from Louisiana. You say it a little different. And this is the Bowman. It came in PSA 10. I was surprised Bowman prices are a little lower than usual, but this is still worth $55. So definitely going to make money there. What I think is probably one of the coolest cards is this Alex Bregman Top Scoring Rookie. The shine on this is just cool. I like the old school look, the 1987 look. And this card is worth about $100 in PSA 10. So we had seen the videos where Kai had pulled this Jayson Tatum purple. This card has gone up and down a lot, but in a 9, it's worth about $170. And then I think if the Celtics do it and they get in the playoffs, this card will definitely go up. Next, we have a red and yellow Jayson Tatum. This is worth $170. Oh, excuse me. No. Repeat that back. This is worth $170. This is worth $250. So Jayson Tatum, PSA 10, base, red and yellow, $250. And he did really good on these red and yellows because we have a Donovan Mitchell here, which this one's worth about $300 in PSA 10. And definitely think this is trending up as well. So really cool. And then his last card was an Eloy Jimenez rookie, and this 10, and this is a worth of $80. So overall, Kai did really well. He sent 12 cards, 6 of them 10, so we have a gem mint rate about 50%. And his total worth is $1,400. So not bad for 12 cards. His average worth per card is about $120. So he did really well. He had the best worth per card. So he submitted the least amount of cards, but had more than half of the worth than the other 2 guys that I'll get to next. All right, so next is our biggest submitter. Adam sent 45 cards. So I'll have to go these a little bit at a time, but I'm going to go through them pretty quickly because he's got a lot of duplicates here. So first we're going to get on the Darius Garland train. So he had his draft pick Silver Prizm in his Vanderbilt uniform. That is worth about $30. And then his best card, I think this one is just gorgeous. He had this Silver Prizm of the Darius Garland. It's Panini Prizm. This one's worth about $250. And then he killed it in the base Prizms. I think almost all of them 10, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, all the base Prizm 10. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. So we had 4 here. These are worth $70 a piece. So really good stuff there. Then he had a red, white, and blue 9. This one's worth $30. I know he was picking these cards up for $2 to $5. So he absolutely killed it, because this was back when grading this stuff was $12 a card. And then he had a select. That 9 as well. The select's only worth $35. And then the mosaics, as you can imagine, are worth a little less. They're worth about a 15. So he had a 9 there as well. Don't know what happened here. I haven't really looked at the card. I will say this was before we had this tool. If you ever invest in something, definitely check out this tool. I'm gonna link it below. It's like $16 on Amazon. It's this magnifying glass. Let me see if y'all can see. Oh, that's cool. Y'all can. It just magnifies the stuff really well. I'm a lot more confident in grading cards with this, because you get to see surface blemishes, but we just don't know what's going on there. So check that out below. Got it linked in the comments. And then we have the LeBron James mosaic. LeBron always sells good. PSA 10's worth $60. All right, so he sent a lot of Jared Culver base Prizm. Didn't do as well on these. I think only 110. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that was an 8. 5. So 5 of these mint 9, and they're only worth about $10. The 8's worth even less. So definitely was a bummer on his part. Jared Culver just isn't getting the minutes that I think all of us thought they were going to get. He was going to get. So that's really kind of what's bumming out there. Then he had 2 10s. The 10s are worth about $40 each. So a little better there. And then we get to his mosaics, which are not fun. The 10s are worth about $20, and the 9s, I think, are worth about 7. Yeah, so bummer there. But as you can see, Adam did really well with the grading. He got more 10s than anyone in the order. So he was very meticulous, and his cards look super clean. So then we have this Lone Ranger Nasir Little. That's worth about $20 in that Gym 10 right there. Also a player that's not getting the minutes I think we thought he was going to get. Adam's got about 20 more. Let's get into it. Get the whole rest of the stack going here. I apologize if this is wiggling and stuff, guys. Just a lot of cards to get through. I'm going to do it in kind of an organized way. So he sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Anthony Simons Prizms. He did really well on these. We have 110, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, and 3 9s. So the 10s go for about $50 and the 9s go for about 20. Next, we have some Gary Trent Jr. stuff. These did well. They both 10'd. So Gary Trent Jr. Prizms go for $90 each. So solid there. All right. Next, we have the man himself, Zion. He was so pumped about these. These both 10'd, about $170 a piece. He did a really good job picking these out. Prizm, if you can see, his mosaic stuff did really well, and that's really hard to do, especially, given that mosaic just so hard to grade. Then we have Nickeil Alexander Walker Pink Camo, $45. Nickeil's starting to get some minutes here, so he's definitely a good buy. I think he might cement a starting role with JJ Redick being gone. Next, we have Cam Reddish. These are all mosaic bases, and they're all 10'd. Like I said, he did an awesome job with the mosaic stuff. And those are worth about $40 a piece in 10. Next, Cameron Johnson, mosaic, and with Adam, those mosaics 10. I can't really repeat this enough. Mosaics are just such hard grades. I mean, we've seen SGC knock some down to 8s for Dimples. I've seen PSA knock some down, and he did a really good job. So the Cameron Johnson's 25, Tyler Herro Pit 10 is worth 60, and then we got some KPJs, and wouldn't you know it, 2 out of 3 10'd. So the KPJ 10s are $70 and the 9 is $25. I just bought some KPJ silver Prizms. I think he's going to become the main offensive force in Houston. So highly recommend you get into that. And then last, he's an LSU guy. We all went to LSU, so got a little Tremont Waters rookie. And again, the Mosaic 10. So Adam had the best gem rate. He sent 45 cards, 28 of them 10'd for a 63% gem rate. But he had the lowest worth per card at $47. So just want to say, like, you know, it really depends on how your grading style is. He wanted better grades, excuse me. So he really focused on inspecting the cards. I even had him inspect some of my cards. He's just got a good eye for it. And last but not least, we had Andrew. Andrew sent 42 cards. He actually sent 43, but one of them got damaged by PSA. So I'll get into that story as we get to that card. It's kind of a weird phone call, but I'll kind of talk to you guys about it. All right, so Andrew, we're going to start off with Carson Edwards Panini Hoops. This is worth a whopping $5 and a 9. Kind of a bummer there. But he did 10 the Select, which is better, and that one's worth $40. Had a couple KPJs, 110, 19, and Optic. The 10 is 65, and the 9 is 20. We have a DeAndre Ayton Groove and a Fractal. Now, I will say we've seen a lot of Revolution stuff. None of the Revolution stuff does well. None of it. I don't think we got 110 on one Revolution. The 9 is the best we can hope for. We do not know why, but we're trying to figure that out. I think that corners kind of get messed up with the paper stock. But the 9 in the Groove is worth about $30 for DeAndre Ayton. Then he had some 2019 Prizms of Trae Young, the silver and the red, white, and blue. Both of these 10'd, and we're looking at 125 on the silver and 60 on the red, white, and blue. Don't sleep on second-year cards. I'm going to look to buy a lot of silver Zion stuff in this new year, Prizm. 2019 Admiral Schofield Mosaic. This got a 10, but it's only worth $10, unfortunately. And then he had a Cam Reddish Reactive Blue, that 10. That one's worth $50. Next, we go to PJ Washington. Optics, 210, 19. The 10s are worth 40, and the 9 is worth 18. And guys, all these prices came from eBay, so if you're watching this video, possible those prices could change. So if you look at it and be like, well, that's definitely worth more. It's okay. So Jackson Hayes Prizm PSA 9s. I actually bought both of these off of them. They're going for $20. This is the variation right there, so you don't see that often. Pretty cool. And back to my Revolution point. The Revolutions just didn't do good. I mean, it has to be corner and fraying issues because the surface is definitely look pretty clean. Jackson Hayes pink camo and a 10. Pink camo goes for 40, even in an NFL debut, which is pretty good. And then the green does 42, PSA 10. Then we had some Nickeil Alexander Walker base Prizms and 9. Both of these go for about 35. And that's Selects. Both of these are going for about double. They're going for about 70. Cool cards right there for sure. Brandon Clarke. Both 10. The Prizm is going for 30. And the Optic is going for 28. Make sure the Brandon Clarke card was the one that got damaged, so I want to make sure I get the right one. Then he had some Don Russ. Don't know what happened here. This one looks like it has a huge surface dimple right here. Must have happened. That must have been what knocked it down. And then the 9 is worth 20. Then we have a couple Mosaics. Both of those 10 NFL debut. And those are going $15 a piece. We have Alvin Kamara, a 9 and a 10. The 9 goes for 90, and the 10 is going for 165. He was super bummed about this. This is definitely a card he was going to keep. I did notice there is a scratch kind of going up here, and this top right corner looks soft. This bottom right corner looks soft. So we can understand the 8. If we knew what we knew now, a lot of these cards maybe we wouldn't have sent, but you learn. That's how you learn there. Devonte Graham. He has a lot of Devonte Graham stuff. The 10 is going for 60, and the 9 is going for 15. And Devonte Graham and his Optic is going for 55 and a 10. OG Anunoby, 9. The 9 is going for 20. Michael Porter Jr. Optic 9 is going for 33. Nikhil Alexander Walker, we had 2 order in here, and they both 10. This is going for 45. And then this is the card. So I was sitting at my dinner table, and I was feeding my youngest, and I got a call from a Newport Beach number. And I thought it was like a recruiter for my main job, but I picked it up. It was a PSA rep, and they talked to me, said, I have bad news. We damaged one of your cards in your order. And I thought the worst. I have KD rookies there. I have Drew Brees rookies there. I have a lot of cards that are worth a lot of money there. So I'm hoping and praying to God it's not something big. Thank God it was this one. So I think even with this card in 10, I don't think it's worth more than $25. But apparently when they went to encase it, I really can't see the damage. So I don't know exactly when they did it. It must have straightened out pretty good, but it looks like there's a line going across. Apparently when they went to encase it, the trainee is what the guy said, went to encase it and the card slipped and they almost cut it in half. So like they bent it. So it went from what he said was a 9 to a 6. So what they did was they gave me my money back for the grade, and they also gave the declared value. The funny thing is they only do whatever is less your declared value or the actual value. So I think the 9 was like $25. So like they only give us 12 because that's what we put for declared value. So craziness, but at least we found out that PSA is actually training new people to help speed stuff along. But we told them to still encase it. That way we can just sell it in the slab. Probably my favorite part of this order is the Christian Pulisic stuff he sent. He sent 3 of the 2018 Optics, everything 10'd. These are just sexy cards. I bought all of these off of him except for the Prizm. And they're worth about $100 a piece, and then $150 for the one in his USA uniform. So really gorgeous stuff. And then I'll end it with the favorite one. This is the Green Wave Prizm. Let me make sure you can see that. Yeah, the Green Wave Prizm. And he pulled this. I remember how psyched he was. And this is worth about $250 here. So overall, Andrew did really well as well. Andrew had the highest worth. So he's in this to make money. He wanted to make money. So he was sending cards to get that profit. So the more cards he sent, the more money he got, right? So just 3 different strategies, right? You either want good grades, you want high worth cards, or you want to make as much money as you can in the hobby. There's 3 different strategies or a mix of all of them that you can follow. So I'm going to go ahead and give away the Brandon Clarke card. So go ahead and comment in the video. I need to check with Andrew to see if that's okay, but I think he'll be okay with us giving it away. Let me know what you think. I think 3 guys did really well here. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Remember, buy what you love. Clear eyes, full hearts can't lose. I'll talk to you next time.